Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. This is Andrea, and today we're gonna talk about this sunscreen. This Bioderma Pigmentbio Dailycare SPF50 Plus, it's a chemical sunscreen. It's got four different filters. They are considered really good filters, and so I thought I'll try it. Now Gothamista, she had this one in her top 2021 sunscreens. She has a bunch of them that she likes, and this one was one of them, so I figured I'll try it out since it was in her top, and I really love that girl. She's really awesome. She's really in-depth. If you don't know her, you definitely have to follow her. She's amazing, really, like really. She knows all about sunscreens, all about skincare. She's really, if you're into that, she should be your go-to amongst other ones. But yeah, she's really awesome. Anyways, back to the sunscreen. Anyways, this sunscreen is 40 milliliters. Like I said, it's a chemical sunscreen, so 1.3 fluid ounces, and it's retails about $30. But if you get it on 30% off, which I did, because I like deals, I got it around Black Friday, and I got the 30% off. So I don't remember how much exactly I paid for it because it doesn't really show me how much I did. But this is the first time actually I used it because I was waiting to kind of finish up some things that I had, and I didn't want to dig into this one. Also because it is a 6-month expiration date, well, from when you open it. So other than that, it's got a pretty long until 2023 expiration date. But since you open it, 6 months. So make sure you use it within that range, and then also mark your date on. But anyways, it's a really highly rated SPF. It's made in France, so it's an EU sunscreen. As far as highlights of ingredients, you have niacinamide in there, you have vitamin C, you have salicylic acid, and you have azelaic acid, which are two acids for exfoliation. It also has a vitamin E and licorice root extract. I'm gonna read glycerin, jojoba esters. It's got, that's all I wrote for highlights as the good ingredients. Now, it does have perfume, which would be equivalent to fragrance here. So if you don't like perfume or fragrance in your products, this has it. It's at the bottom of the ingredients list. So it's not in a big concentration, but still, if you don't like that, it's there. It also has dimethicone, which is a silicone, which makes it spread nicely. If you don't like those, it's in there. And it also has shea butter. So shea butter is really good for as far as emolliency goes, and it's nice. It retains the moisture of your skin in there, so it's good. But some people can be really susceptible to that because it can clog pores as well. So that's in there. And also, I thought I saw coconut oil, but I could be wrong. And of course, it's got water and all that. Now, it's not. It does not say that it's resistant to water, and I did not find it to be that way. When I washed my hands, it didn't bead. It came off really easily. So there. And what else about it? Oh yeah, it's meant to brighten your skin tone as you wear it, and that has to do with the niacinamide and also with the vitamin C. So those are nice ingredients to have there. I don't know how much it's gonna do, but they're in there. So because sunscreen is considered a skincare item, you know, you put it on after your skincare, before your makeup, it will do good. Now, there are a lot of people that don't put any serums or any creams or anything like that, especially like oily skin tone girls, oily skin girls, not tone. They don't do a lot of skincare under. So if you just, you know, use your toner or whatever, something light, and then you put this one on, it's probably gonna do a lot for you. Now, if you have layers and layers of skincare, it might not get to penetrate as much. So, you know, just be your own judge, I guess. Now, as far as consistency goes and experience, so I'm gonna wipe a little bit here. There we go. I'm gonna pump it here and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I used about 3 pumps on my skin for my face only. I didn't do it on my neck. So here's how it looks. It's quite emollient. It spreads really easily. It's really soft. It has no color correction whatsoever. And it just, it gets soaked into the skin really nicely. By the end of the 10 minutes that I did, there was nothing sticky, nothing on it. So it was nice and dry, kind of like a satin. It didn't, it was not dry and it was not greasy. It was not nothing. It was just like a satin skin, very comfortable. And yeah, but let's see if it does it now. It peeled like nobody's business. It really peeled on me. Now it doesn't peel here. Yep, it does not. So it's starting to get a little drier now, but it peeled on me, especially on my hairline and then some on my nose and then here on the chin. For whatever reason, and it was all the other places too. It's very, very little though, but on those areas, it really, really peeled, and I was starting to get really concerned because once it peels, there's no protection there. So if you pull it out, if you put it on and it peels, then you're like not protected from the sun, which that's the main reason you're wearing sunscreen, right? So let it sit for 10 minutes afterwards, and then when I came back, it didn't really peel that much, but man, what a disappointment. I'm gonna keep wearing it and see what it does with different types of skincare maybe, or maybe, I don't know, something made it peel today. If I find that it does not peel in the next days when I'll wear it, I will definitely leave a comment below. I'll pin it so that you can see it, and you'll know if it actually peeled or not. If it does peel, I'll just leave it as is. Maybe I'll still do an update, I don't know. But yeah, it's dried and it's been just a couple minutes. It's really not sticky or anything. That's the difference. And yeah, I mean, there's no color correction or anything. There's a little radiance. I don't know if you can tell. There's a little radiance on it. And not too much, but definitely a nice radiance, like a little glow. Not a glow as in the oily glow, but just a little glow on the skin. Now, I put my liquid foundation and powder foundation on, and honestly it did so much better with the powder than it did with the liquid. Now on the liquid side, I don't know if you can tell, it seems like it's like settled into the pores, and it kind of looks a little crackly, and the powder did not do that. I don't know if you can tell, but I can. Now the eyes were fine, they had no problem. Once I set them up with set it up with the powder, and then I kind of dabbed a bit, there was no more peeling, which is huge because there was a lot of messing around with the skin there. And then I have some bronzer and blush, which that was a bit of moving of the skin, but not too much, mostly on the forehead and, you know, the three shape. But other than that, I don't know. So I've had it on for, wow, about an hour. Okay, so with that hour, it looks like it's shiny. So it was glowy before, but now it looks like it's shiny, like especially forehead. Let's see if I can actually show you. I'll move around a bit. So the T-zone is the one that is the most shiny. Of course, I have oily T-zone. You can see that it's clang onto the little dry patches of the pimple that I have there. I tried to conceal, but it doesn't want to. And the cheeks just a bit, but not much. I mean, my My blush has some highlighter incorporated in there, so, but you can tell, like, I didn't put on no blush in here, but it's still quite luminous and quite shiny. So as far as greasiness, it doesn't feel greasy. It's just, maybe it's just how it looks, because it does not feel greasy at all. I'm gonna wear it for another 2 hours since it's been already an hour. And I'll come back and I'll show you how it actually wears. It is recommended that you wear it, you reapply every 2 hours. So, but I don't do that. I do every 3 if I need to. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bummer that it peels off, because I really am concerned with the protection of it. I'll see you in about 3 hours, but first I'm gonna put on the demo. Let's go ahead and put it on. It comes in a pump with a little bit of a lid. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump it in my hands. My hands are clean. I did 2 pumps. This is how much it is for 2 pumps. It's a little, I'm not gonna say liquidy, kind of more like a lotion type, but we'll see. We shall see. I can definitely smell the perfume. Really spreads nicely. It really gets in. It feels moisturizing. I'm not sure about greasy yet, but it feels moisturizing, that's for sure. With it being an expensive product, I'm not gonna go ahead and put it on my neck. I'm gonna take more and put it on my forehead though, and on top of my eyes, because I didn't feel like I went there around. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I definitely want to make sure that I protect my eyes. Even though I wear sunglasses when I go out, it's still, I can go through, you know, the sides or like the tops. If you have something reflective underneath, it will reflect up, like if you're in the pool or something. So definitely make sure that you protect your eye side. It's where we get the most wrinkles and you show your age or more than your age if you don't protect it. It's already starting to turn into like skin-like. My face seems just a tiny bit pinky from messing with it, but not really from the product. Okay, feels actually really nice. Does not feel greasy, does not feel heavy at all. Feels really nice. Let's see about peeling. A little bit of peeling here. That's very surprising. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. Let me see. Yep, you can tell now. Huh, that is very surprising. I didn't think it was gonna do. Yep, around my hairline is where it usually peels. Oh man. Okay, can you see that? Okay, that's not good. Let's just press it in so we don't lose the coverage, not the coverage, the protection. There we go. Oh man, well, that's disappointing. Okay, why are my hands? What is going on here? Oh no. Oh no. Did you see this? Okay, this is bad. Aw, that's not right. Okay, I'm gonna try to push it in and see if it stays there. But I'm not liking what it's doing. Okay, I'm gonna give it like 10 minutes to see if it kind of sets down. And I'll be back later to see how it acts. Okay, I'll see you later. So 10 minutes have passed and I'm back so that we can actually assess and see how it looks. Okay, it does not look as it was. It does not look as peely, so it doesn't look like as much, but you can see on my eyes, the sun is really up or out. So I can see it up here. It settled into my creases, which is normal, but I can also see like peeling, like a little rubbed off peeling stuff. Oh, and the more I do it, the more it comes out. So I better just press it. Otherwise, I'm gonna be left with no coverage. I mean, no protection, not coverage. There's some here, underneath my nose. Nothing on my nose. Well, actually, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. So, let's just do the test. It's not coming off, which is good. This might just be from the beginning, from when I put it on. It does tend to ball up a bit, like around my temples, but it's definitely not as much as it was before. So at least that. Now, I'm kind of afraid to put liquid foundation on because I'm afraid it's gonna rub off, but we're gonna do it no matter what, because if you're the person that does do that, and even if you're not, and if you're just rubbing around, like, it's gonna come off. So I'm gonna do like I always do, just to test, make sure that it's looking proper. I'm gonna do the Kosas concealer as foundation on this side, and I'm going to do the Au Naturel semi-matte powder foundation on this side, and then I'll come back and then I'll show you how it looks. Stay tuned. I realized as I was doing this side with a concealer that I forgot to actually show you if it's sticky or not. So I'm gonna do it on this side. I didn't put anything else on. I'm gonna come up with the powder, but there's really nothing on this side. So I'm gonna show you and see if the sunscreen actually sticks. Doesn't really stick. My lips and the lashes, but it's really not stuck to the skin. So let's do it again. Yeah, no. So no stickiness. It feels good. I forgot to mention. Just dropped my powder. It feels good. It doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel dry. It feels really nice and comfortable on the skin, like a satin skin. It does have some iridescence, but you can see. But it's nothing like nothing as in like shiny. It's just a nice glow to the skin. Not too glowy though. It's not one of those glowy skin type. No, it's just a nice iridescence to the skin. That's what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the powder and I'll be back. I'm going to use these Bye Bye Pores powder number 0701 from Eat Cosmetics. It's a really dense brush that actually puts a lot of coverage in, so I want to make sure that I don't pack it in too much, because otherwise it's going to be too much coverage compared to the other side. All right, guys, I'm back with just the foundation part. Liquid powder. I feel like the powder did much better with this sunscreen than the liquid did. I feel like it's like really showing texture over here, and it also kind of peeled a bit. It's kind of like, it feels like it's sitting in my pores more than anything, and I don't know if it has to do with the foundation or the actual sunscreen, but the powder doesn't do that. So I don't know. Just a little bit of flaking, maybe it's from what it was before it got in my hair, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really conflicted right now. It's also catching on my dryness from my pimple here, which is normal, really. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see by the end of the day how it performs, really. Well, in 3 hours, not end of the day, because 3 hours is what I'm gonna give it to actually see how it performs with the sunscreen with the makeup. It's been 3 hours or a little over since I put this sunscreen on, so just checking in to show you how it looks. It is definitely gotten even shinier throughout the day, especially the T-zone. I'm gonna come in close. You can tell the forehead, the nose, the chin, and then of course the part of the T-zone, which is the part of the cheek up here. So it definitely is shiny. At this point, I would definitely blot. I am going to go out, so I'm gonna blot with these the blotting paper that came from Josie. Thank you, Josie. So I'm just gonna take the sunscreen off, not the sunscreen, the hooray, the oiliness off, and then I'm gonna definitely go ahead and use some powder. You can see it's definitely needing it. Yeah, and you can, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's like really oily, but I'm gonna go ahead and do as much as I can, and then I'll just use a powder SPF to kind of hold me until I don't need it anymore. So this point I would probably use either La Belladonna, which is SPF 50, or I also have the Dr. Circle SPF 50 as well. So let's do the Belladonna. I'm gonna use it with this e.l.f. blush. I think it's the highlighting brush, just a fluffy brush. I'm just gonna put it in and swirl it in the lid. Don't inhale that. And just go ahead and kind of go all over with a light layer. That's all I need really to kind of reapply the sunscreen and also mattify the what do you call the look. Also, because this one is colored, it really kind of adds just a tiny bit of color on the face, kind of covering up a bit. I'm getting a pimple here, it hurts, so I can feel it, but because of that, it seemed like it wore off even more. So you can see the powder SPF took a little bit of the things off, but they're still there. So it was there before too, but with it being kind of covering up and a little bit of color kind of toned it down a bit. If I wanted, I would go back and kind of do a little bit of a blush, but it's fine. It doesn't need it really. It's not like I'm going to a date or anything. It's just running around with the kids. So this is good. It's not what I actually expected, being that it was quite satin on the skin. I thought it would stay that way, but it didn't. It definitely got shiny. So 3 hours in and being that shiny, kind of is a little disappointing, but whatever, it is what it is. If you have dry skin, you probably will be loving this. With me having oily T-zone, really didn't like it as much as I thought I would be. I'm still gonna use it, of course. I paid for it, so I'm gonna use it. But you know, sometimes we like things more than others. Sometimes it's just like, I just put it in there. It's sunscreen, it's protection. So that's all that matters at the end, actually. Just find something that you actually use, that you like to wear, and you wear it constantly so that you can get protected from the sun. Anyways, guys, this is a 3-hour check-in. Coming closer. That's with the, of course, with the powder on, the powder SPF on. And it still looks good, you know. But this is it. This is how it looks. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Up until then, take care. Bye.